Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and we are going to be discussing Cyberpunk 2077. This is a game in development by CD Projekt Red and has been in such since 2012, so it's been a long time coming, and recently a brand new trademark popped up filing for the word cyberpunk, and it made some gamers out there afraid that perhaps CD Projekt Red would be using this as more of an attack method to prevent other games from using cyberpunk in their titles, but in fact this was more of a self-defense measure that CD Projekt Red explained further in a picture via a tweet. But when this happened, a lot of gamers were stepping up and asking, what is Cyberpunk 2077 and why are people excited for it? And now, I'm not personally super excited about it, but I do understand the hype for it, and that's what I wanted to explain today, because some people don't really understand it. I think I could put it in the best terms possible for people who have seen my channel before. First, some backstory on Cyberpunk 2077. Like I said, it was announced in 2012 and it has been stuck with a when it's done line. That is literally its release date. Now they're aiming for between 2017 this year and 2021, which is still a while off, especially for a game announced in 2012. But yes, I shit you not, this game, when the trailer ended, said coming when it's ready. So that's always good to hear, but I mean, as we can tell, the announcement was pretty early. On top of that, the game's going to be bigger than The Witcher 3 and also include seamless multiplayer as well as a huge living city, so that's exciting. And obviously it takes place in 2077, but the setting itself is of Night City, a fictional city between San Francisco and LA that already exists in the Cyberpunk pen and paper RPG, which is obviously what this game is based off of. Now that we have some simple background information on this, obviously it's very little, and especially with The Witcher coming out and CD Projekt Red not talking much about this game, why is there hype for Cyberpunk 2077? Well, allow me to put it in terms that I think a lot of my viewers will understand. Think back to Fallout 4, before it was even announced. Now, if you guys remember, for me personally, I made Fallout 4 videos for, I'd say, 2.5 to 3 years before Fallout 4 was even announced or discussed or anything. And as time went on, more and more people got incredibly excited for this game, despite the fact that we knew nothing else, and most of it was based off of the fact that it was developed by Bethesda Game Studios. Now, I know some people will sit here and act like Bethesda Game Studios is the worst developer to ever walk the face of the earth now after Fallout 4, but try to remember at the very least, because sadly I can't offer any visible evidence of before all of Fallout 4 happened, and we go back to around, I'd say, 2014, where it was just discussions focusing on trademarks, talking about products that Bethesda would announce and seeing how they link to Fallout 4. Everything that we could possibly connect to this title, we tried to make so that it was proof that this game was being developed. Now, it's a little bit different with Cyberpunk 2077, obviously because the damn game was announced, but you have to be a little bit concerned when it was announced in 2012, and we've heard very little about it other than this trademark, and in recent months we haven't heard much at all. Obviously, this is a sign of life for the game itself, which is a good sign, but point being is that's why there's excitement for the title, is simply because it's CD Projekt Red. Much like with Fallout 4, it was Bethesda Game Studios and it was more Fallout. That's why people were excited. There wasn't really any rocket science behind it, because with this news of the trademark and all the excitement surrounding it, a lot of people have been stepping in and asking, well, why is there excitement for this game? And it's just that. It's as simple as the fact that it's CD Projekt Red's next game. People always thought that they were good developers, and now we see The Witcher 3, which is a fantastic game, and that's why people are excited for Cyberpunk 2077. It's much like, for example, also The Last Guardian. People loved Eco, and they also loved Shadow of the Colossus. And then you have The Last Guardian, which is really something we didn't have much details on prior to its launch, other than the fact that, oh my god, this is the next game from that very developer. And so that's exactly what's driving the hype for Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously, we have a lot more details than both games I've mentioned as examples throughout this video, but the point being is that just the idea of another game from CD Projekt Red, and apparently, if we take their word for it, their biggest game, along with multiplayer from CD Projekt Red, which is different, it's lining up to sound like something awesome. As someone who is definitely very curious, I wouldn't say get too hyped for it, because I believe in a wait and see approach, so at least wait for some actual gameplay. Right now we do have a CGI trailer which looks awesome and really depicts a cool theme for the game itself. So like I said, it definitely has me curious, definitely has me interested, but I just wanted to make a quick video today and discuss with you guys why there exactly is hype behind this title, and hopefully bring some clarity to those who were not aware of Cyberpunk 2077. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Cyberpunk in the comments down below. A lot of you guys have wanted me to talk about this title, and maybe it's something I'll consider in the future depending on how this video does and how you guys receive the title and the discussion in general. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, the links are in the description down below. Be sure to consider contributing to our Patreon. It helps fuel all the content we create here. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.